Welcome to the mat, yogi. Let's begin in our seated position. Today's practice will be about balance. And I don't just mean balancing on our feet, though there will be some of that. I also mean the balance that the yoga practice offers us. So the balance between the physical realms of the practice, the breath and energetic layers, and the consequences and implications off the mat. So let's arrive completely. Find your way to breathing. Give your breathing a chance to be full and satisfying. As you exhale, now get in the habit of drawing the abdominal wall back, even if you can feel it lifting the pelvic floor up. Keep just a little of that engagement as you inhale, expanding 360 degrees around the ribs and lungs. And let's maintain that simple and yet profoundly effective breath. In a moment, we'll begin an abdominal toning breath. It's really just Kapalabhati, but I want to call it that abdominal wall toning breath because I want us to emphasize the fact that the belly is cinching in and drawing back. Nothing else is moving. And if you're doing it right and at a pace that is rapid, but not so rapid that you're out of control, it's going to literally create some heat and tone in your abdomen, which will serve us as we move into our balanced shapes. So we'll exhale completely first. Inhale to about 3/4. And begin. Recover. 2 more rounds. Empty completely. Fill up 3/4. Take over. Recover. Last round. Empty out. Fill 2/3, 3/4. And go. Back to Ujjayi breath. Before we get going, I just want to bring a little health into the neck. The neck has a tendency to move forward as we do all the various things we do throughout the day. So let's address that by taking one hand behind the kind of lowest portion of your neck, where the cervical spine meets the thoracic spine. And then picture moving that part of your neck just backwards. Okay, and then slide your hand up the neck a little bit, like you're giving yourself traction. The machines do this, but we can do this pretty well ourselves too. So drag, you can even be pinching the skin, almost like rolfing, if you know that. It's like really, I want to say almost aggressively pinching the skin to get into those layers, pulling the skin away as you lift up in traction. It helps me to tilt side to side, getting as much space as I can. All right, so now go back down toward the base again, but lift maybe an inch or half an inch. Once again, draw that lower part of the neck backward, all right, and then pinch it and then traction it upward, like you're literally making the neck longer. Once you get toward the base of your skull, slide back down. Now come up about 2 inches. Okay. Send that part of your neck backward. You can even exaggerate it. Don't be afraid. I mean, we got this forward neck carriage almost all day long doing various things. So don't be afraid to overcompensate, at least just as part of this exercise. Tilt back a little bit. And then big squeeze of the neck and tractioning it all the way up. Get taller. Once you reach the base of the skull, come back down. Now you're about 3 inches or maybe 2 or 3 vertebrae up. Okay, almost toward the base of the skull. I'm going to tip it back, send it back, 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 back. This is healing if you have herniated discs, bulging discs. And then a big nice squeeze, pulling the skin away, and a tractioning upward, up, 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 up. Make the spine tall. Support yourself at the base of the skull. And then hand comes back down. You just got 2 more phases, so that should give you an idea of where you should be now, almost to the base of the skull. Send that portion of the neck backwards. Stay firm in the abdomen. Send it back, and as you send it back, you tuck the chin just a little bit to maintain the length as you do it, and give yourself that squeeze, and then lift the neck taller. Traction it up, up, up. Reach the base of the skull, and then last phase. Finding the cervical spine or cervical vertebrae that meets the base of the neck, tilt it back, send it back, 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 back. Tuck the chin just a little bit to maintain length behind there, and then give it a big squeeze, traction it, lift it up, 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 get tall, feel free. And then can we maintain this? It's that really nicely aligned piece of the top of the spine as we do our balancing today. Sometimes balancing can have a tendency to make us tilt back to overcompensate, but we are lifting up today. Okay? And then release, just establish that in your body. Roll the shoulders onto your back. Connect to breath. And then come on to all fours. Take the fingers sideways, tuck the toes, rock side to side, and then around in circles. Stretch anywhere it needs a stretch. Begin drawing the fingers farther and farther back, rocking forward and back. Ultimately, they point toward your knees. Get a good stretch of forearms, wrists, hands. Okay, keeping the toes tucked, take the seat towards your heels. Walk your hands in a little closer. Can you keep length in the spine and then feel like you could open the heart a little bit? Shoulders come on to the back and stay here to open the front lungs and to squeeze between the shoulder blades a touch. Connect to breathing. Point the fingers forward. Let's take a tight cat. Empty out. Really tuck tail, really tuck chin. And then again, come into cow. Option to spin the fingers back. This time though, walk your hands up your thighs. It's okay if you got to point your fingers forward, but if you can, point them back. It's a big stretch for wrists. All right, let the seat shoot back as the heart shoots forward. Draw the shoulders backward. It's adding to the back bend there. Keep the length of the spine as you tilt the heart open and up. Send the neck backward as you gaze high. I won't be so tweaky and precise and specific about all of our alignment today, but some key moments it'll be useful. Gazing up. Nice big breaths. Send the hands forward, point the fingers forward, empty out. And tight little cat, tucking a lot. Push the ground away. And then more like neutral, hands and knees, swing the right foot off, roll onto right hand, right knee, extend the left leg, reach the left arm over. Let's do this for side body opening. It's almost like those left fingers can reach toward the ground. Come back to cat. Keep the stretch going. Get neutral. Swing the left foot off. Roll onto left hand, left knee. Extend the right leg, right arm across your ear. Side body opening. As though the right fingers could touch the ground, so the left elbow could bend there. Keep that right lung open though. Roll over to empty out, cat shape. It's in your cat. You could rock forward and back, getting more from it, upper and lower. Walk the hands a few inches forward as you take a nice long cow. Tuck just the tail. Keep the belly strong as you send the heart forward, lower down, elbows point back. Slide up to a cobra. Exhale, split the knees, child's pose, arms reach forward. Let's open the heart. You can even shift it right and left. Come up halfway, walk the right hand off to the right, sweep the left arm over your ear, more into the side body. So you can be reaching kind of forward, that gets the QLs a bit, and then kind of to the side, playing with both. Where do you need it? Find it. Through center, come on fingertips, as though you're taking a cat, but you're going to keep your seat down this time. Tuck tail, tuck chin. Find neutral. And then walk over to the left. Left palm plants, right arm reaches, sort of forward, sort of to the side. Find the opening. Send breath to it. And then come on through center one more time. Stay on fingertips. This time it's a heart opening. So send the heart forward. Send the shoulders back. Can you even tip the heart up a little bit? Neck shifts back, then up. Can you keep this feeling in your spine as you find your way to downward dog? It's a little bit of a funky back bend for just the first moments. Knees can be bent, it's all right. And then it morphs into your usual downward facing dog. Feel free to move around, like side to side.
From down dog, send the hips over to the right, wave forwards. Some of you are not side plank fans, so some of you love side plank. So if you're not a side plank fan, keep the weight evenly distributed on both hands. All right, but just start to play with shifting weight over to the right side. See how comfortable. You find a place where you can keep it a little comfortable. If you love side plank, rock way over to the right and extend the left arm over. Arc your hips high. Push the ground away. Side body. Okay, that right whole hand pushes the ground away. Roll to plank, but we're going to tuck the tail, tuck chin like a cat shape. Exhale. Then like a cow shape, tip sits bones high, gaze high, heart up. Okay, get neutral, and then lower, chaturanga or the belly. Forward and up dog or cobra. Can you keep some of the back bend as you roll over toes? Let the sits bones lead. Bend the knees a little bit as you shift through back bend into downward facing dog. Head is released. And send the hips over to the left. Then wave it toward plank. Hips are still left. So again, you could stay here working on balancing weight between the hands and then finding that kind of threshold place where you start to shift weight to the left hand without being uncomfortable. If you love a side plank, here we go. All the way over, right arm crosses the ear, arc, hips high, big side body opening. And never settle. That left hand can press harder, kick on more anti-gravity in the left shoulder. As you roll back to plank, find it like a cow. Sits bones high, heart up, gaze up. And then stay in that plank, make it cat. Exhale, empty. Neutral spine, inhale. Exhale, lower your way. Inhale, whole body effort to open the heart. And roll over toes, sits bones high, keep a little back bend. As you make your way back, downward dog. Let the neck breathe. Walk the feet halfway up. Let's keep opening legs, sits bones high, press the heart back. Neck is heavy. Then walk feet between your hands, lengthen, fold, rise, Tadasana. Let's salute. Inhale, reaching upward. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step, leap, or even toe tap toward chaturanga or the like. Heart opening. Downward facing. Connect. Walk your feet halfway up the mat. Yeah, you're looking for compression. Press the low belly toward your upper thighs. Point the sitting bones high. Neck is long. Spread the fingers, look forward. You're going to hop the hips up so high, the feet land between the hands. Or you step there, your choice. Go ahead. It's nice to do it on a big exhale. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. Tadasana. Let's do another A salute, reaching up. Diving down. Gaze forward. Exhale, step leap or toe tap back. Open heart. Downward facing. Walk the feet about a foot forward. Press the heart back, the low ribs back towards your thighs. Head is heavy. Join the feet together. Once again, we'll step or leap the feet between the hands. Come high onto toes. It's nice to make the effort on an exhale. Bend the knees and go. Lengthen and fold. Rise. Tadasana. Hands to the waist, step the feet hips distance apart. Tip your heart high. Fold forward, wrap your arms around your legs. But stay long through the whole of the spine, including the neck. Release, fingertips, lengthen. Step on your hands, fingers face your heels. Stay long as you fold and compress. Lengthen. Exhale the hands to your waist, elbows up. Inhaling heart high, little back bend at the top. Find your neutral spine position. Let's keep hands on the waist for now. We'll build in some balancing. Shifting weight to the right foot. Point the left knee wide to the side. Let's take this into into tree. Squeezing into the center. But now if tree is very comfortable for you, let's do the Ardha Baddha Padmas. So you would take, that's half lotus and perhaps bound. So that foot comes into the hip crease. That might be enough, or you point the knee down, tuck the tail. That might be enough, or you wrap the left arm around, take hold of your toes, or that right upper arm, if that is more accessible. Let's pause wherever you are. Find a focal point. Reaching one or both arms upward.
Exhale, slide the foot down, but lift the knee up. Reach both arms high. Extend the leg and step it slowly back. You'll place the hands on the ground as well. Left foot lands. Good. Left fingers stay. Sweep the right arm up. Keep the legs stable, but walk this left hand maybe a foot or 6 inches off to the side so you can really open the heart. Stay long through the spine as you gaze up. Big breaths. Big breath in. And then replace right hand with the left. From here, straighten both legs, parallel the feet, create your sail. Left arm reaching up. Hips stay even. Nice long breath in. And then exhale, fold down, take the stretch. Lengthen. Take the left toes in, right toes point to the front. You're going to tuck your right shoulder right underneath this right knee. Take the hand to the outside. We're going to sneak in Ashtavakrasana. So send the left knee in tight to you. You can sneak this foot through as you cross the ankle over. Sit down, extend the legs, send the heart forward, shoulders or elbows back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you unhook and come back to where you were? Set the left knee down. Let the hips slide forward. Untuck the back toes, lift the heart. And straighten this right leg. Flip that back foot over to the right so you can create a triangle sort of shape. Right hand to your ankle or to the floor outside the leg. Could even be to a block. Left arm, left heart peels open. Keep spacious. And find that balance between spaciousness and firmness. Wrap your left arm behind. Bend the right knee. We'll extend this left leg, tuck those toes, set the back heel down. We'll create a peaceful warrior of this. So you're half bound with that left arm, right arm will reach on up. You can keep it there or walk the fingers toward each other. Powerful at the ground. Squeeze feet together, draw the pelvic floor up, let it feed the lift of your heart. And we'll release it to a half moons, big open arms, right hand lands forward of this foot. You might bring a block along. Left leg extends, open the hips, spread out. Roll both hands down, keeping the left leg floating, but you're going to guide this leg way off to the side, up as high as your hip. That's not easy. It's big glute medius work. So I'm going to cue an inversion from here, but feel free to come out, come back in, do whatever you need to do. I'm going to cue it as a headstand because I think that's most accessible. So you might need to walk your hands
pretty far forward or scoot your foot pretty far back. Set your elbows down, interlace your fingers, keep that foot floating. Come onto the tippy toes of the right foot, and then use that left leg moving forward to drag your hips forward. That's a center of gravity. And eventually the hips might come so far forward that the right leg just sort of wants to lift. If that happens, let it happen. And then the feet can join. 5 full breaths. You come out as you came in, left leg off to the side, right toes slowly down. Let the hips come in closer to you to slow the descent. And then we'll pop back up onto hands. Left leg is still floating up. And now we'll send it behind. Let's step through or leap through our flow. Downward facing dog. Send the hips back to the left to stretch the right armpit. And then over to the right to stretch the left side. Back through center, walk the feet about a foot forward, maybe a little less than that, 6 inches or so. Take the feet together. Come high on tippy toes, bend the knees, stack shoulders above wrists, look forward. And then you choose it, step, leap, or even get the hips up crazy high to slow down your descent. Let's see how it goes. Exhaling helps. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. Arms to Tadasana. Step your feet hips distance apart. Put a little bend in your knees. Interlace fingers behind you and open the chest. Take a few moments to send the knuckles side to side. Find the opening you need in front of your shoulders. And then fold forward. Come on to fingertips, lengthen spine. Exhaling, hands to your waist. Come all the way up. Find neutral. Keep the hands on your waist. We'll get our balance. Send the right knee out to the side, taking your tree. Or turn it into half lotus. Foot up, knee down. Some of you will bind or take hold of that left arm. Tuck the tail a little, draw the abdominal wall back, stand tall. You can reach one or both arms up. Slide the foot a little down, but lift the right knee up toward heart. Both arms reach.
Extend the right leg. And then slowly step back. The fingers will touch earth. Stepping all the way back. Shoot the back heel back, the left knee forward. Keep the right hand here as you reach the left arm to the sky and bring the gaze along with it. Take a peek down. Walk the right hand off over to the right a little farther so you can keep the length of your spine but open the chest as you gaze up high. Legs stay firm. Big breath in. And then the left hand replaces the right. We'll straighten both legs, parallel the feet, and create sailboat. Right arm reaches up as the hips stay even. Breath in. Exhale, fold down, spin the fingers back, walk yourself through. Lengthen. Right toes come in, left toes point to the front. We're going to tuck left shoulder underneath this knee. Plant your hand outside the foot. Remember Ashtavakrasana, a 5 count and back. Tuck the knee forward. Do whatever you need to do to get this leg forward. Cross the ankle over. Extend the legs. Legs squeeze that arm. As the elbows go back, the heart goes forward. Gaze out on the horizon for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you come back? Sometimes blocks can help. Left foot plants, set the back knee down. Come onto fingers, lift the heart up. We'll breathe into this right side hip flexors. You're going to straighten that left leg, swing the right foot to the left, create triangle on your knee. Left hand to the shin or floor outside the leg. Could be a block as well. Peel the right side body open as you make room in every direction. Wrap right arm behind. And then bend the left knee. Extend the back leg so you can lift that knee, set the heel down, create peaceful from this. Half bound or fully bound. You might walk fingers toward each other. Get powerful at your foundation. Lift through the heart. Gonna unwind it to half moon. Big open arms to get there. Left fingers land in front of the pinky toe, maybe on a block. Peel open, hang out. Breathe in. And then both hands to the ground, but you're going to drift this right leg up as high as your hip. So kind of cross-secting the mat. Okay, big glute medius work there. So that might feel like plenty. You might come out of it, but I am going to cue an inversion from it. And I'm going to cue forearm stand, but feel free to come back to headstand if that was enough of a challenge. Let's take your elbows down. Might have to take them pretty far forward. That's okay. Come on to left tippy toes. It's that right leg that moves so far forward, it drags the weight of your hips forward. And that is what creates the lift. Five breaths upside down. And we come out as we came in. And take vinyasa flow. Connect to breathing. Come down onto knees. Point the forefingers and thumbs up so you're down on the pinky side edges of your arms. Send them a little wider than your shoulders as you keep the hips high and walk the arms forward for this variation on a Hatasana. Climb up to sit tall. Okay. Keeping the left leg where it is. Can you lift the right knee so far forward you shoot that leg forward? Then you'll sit down inside the heel. You might cushion underneath the right seat. We're headed backward to release at the left quads and psoas. So tuck to, forearms. Either stay, take a block behind your heart and head, or come all the way back. Tuck tail again. You can even reach the arms up. How long can the low back be? How soft the belly? Okay, we'll come slowly out. Keep that left knee bent for now. You're going to walk yourself up into a lunge shape. So a low lunge, crescent lunge. You'll climb up onto your right thigh. And let's feel this. The seat shooting back, the belly and the ribs kind of spilling forward. Let that happen. And then it's just an effort of the arms and shoulders to reach back, interlace fingers behind. We'll create our back bend this way. So squeeze that right heel toward the left knee and vice versa. And then slowly slide the knuckles down that left leg. Ooh, come on up slowly. Plant hands, extend the right leg, flex that foot and fold. Half Hanuman is one of the best. If the hamstrings are what hold you back from full Hanumanasana, this is a good place to be. Full Hanumanasana is another option, it's a full split pose, but I want to give you something for those of you who have a little tightness and you feel like it's right up by the sit bone. Actually, what works nicely for this is like a foam roller if you have one, but if you don't have a foam roller, it's no big deal. You can get a block too. So you'd come down onto the block, you might send that left knee a little wide to really get in there. Take the block underneath the sitting bone, and then you're literally just gonna rock around on it. Forward and back, a little side to side, in circular motions. If you need to adjust, that's a good thing. That means you move something around. So you get as close as you can underneath the sitting bone to make some room there. You know, with the block, you can, it's looking weird, but you can make use of the edge of the block to really get in there, into the muscle, into the fascia. Let's just soften it. Give it a chance. Get some new prana in there for real, or just blood. You know, there can be stuck and stagnant energies anywhere, but this is one of the most common spots. We'll spend a little more time. You could really do this for several minutes if you have a chance at home, and it can make a really big difference in the openness of your hamstrings. So then be sure to give yourself the chance to get the customary stretch in, forward or back. If you've been in split for a while, we did that back bend, so here's an opportunity if you want to give it a go to bend the back knee, work the foot in. So it's almost like a mermaid or pigeon opportunity, king pigeon opportunity in your split. Clear this out, find flow. Downward facing dog. And we'll set the knees down. Can you keep the right knee as it is? As you send the left knee so far forward, you actually extend it forward. Then come on back to sit inside the heel. Don't be too good for cushion. You might stuff it underneath the left side if you feel really lopsided. Tuck your tail. And take your journey. Up here is fine. So is elbows, blocks, or fully reclined. We'll use our hands to climb up and then move forward into a lunge down on that right knee. So climb up onto the thigh, squeeze that left heel toward the right knee and vice versa. Allow your ribs to spill forward. Then it's like natural animalistic feeling, and then it's just the arms and shoulders that reach back to create a back bend. So the knuckles slide down that back leg. You're still allowing yourself to spill forward. Really natural. Send the heart up eventually. Come on up out of it. Plant the hands, extend the left leg, flex that foot and fold. And so you can stay here, you can move into full Hanumanasana, or you can do that myofascial release again, even if it's a block. If you don't have anything, roll up a blanket, make it pretty firm. So send it right underneath the sitting bone, really close to it. And then rock forward and back, side to side, around in circles. It's like you want to penetrate that muscle a little bit, really get in there into the deeper tissues. If you feel like you make a little space, then you can sidle up even closer to the sit bone. Use the edge of the block like we did before. Don't be afraid to look funny. Just get in there. You can actually follow the muscle and do that wherever it would feel fruitful. So if you know, like you have like a history of a pull or something right in the middle of the muscle, that's another place where you can go in and work on that fascial adhesion and just sort of break it apart layer by layer, little by little. And then be sure to give yourself the stretch. And if you've been in the stretch for a while, you can turn it into Hanumanasana. You can turn your Hanumanasana into a mermaid or a king pigeon style. I should just say kind of king style back bend. Just take your time with it. The openings do just require a little patience sometimes. Mermaid is hooking the elbow, grabbing fingers, sliding the elbow up, poking your heart through, aiming to square the chest forward. If you feel really open there, really comfortable, you could reach back. Send the right elbow wide, create the king shape. Again, spilling the belly forward can kind of free the lumbar spine a little bit, and it doesn't ask it to crunch as much. And then release. We'll take our vinyasa and we'll come into our finishing shapes pretty swiftly after that. All right, let's step or leap to sit down. Dear yogi, we are about to end. We did so much heart opening. I want to give you the chance to do one more back bend, whatever that may mean for you. If you feel ready for it, do wheel or even a drop back. Those of you who drop back, I'm going to give you a little drop back challenge, and that is to keep a block between your feet as you do it. Get out however you fancy. Take rest. Almost there. Give yourself one inversion. Anything from shoulder stand, legs up the wall. Anything you haven't practiced yet. Got about 1 minute. I'm going to work into a straddle handstand, primarily because we did so much compression work and hamstring opening that I think the body is pretty primed for it. I'm going to demo it in blocks. Most bodies find the straddle variation easier than pike variation. It has to do with the pelvis and just kind of helping you to roll your legs forward in space, forward and up. Take your rest. And come on into reclined. Setting yourself up in final relaxation. If you'd like a little extra softening and release for the psoas, that hip flexor region, roll up a blanket so that it's pretty high. Send it directly on the opposite side of your hip creases. Let the legs be heavy. And think about draping yourself. I'll wake you in a few. Take a deep breath in and out. And let movement unfold. Stretches. Make your way up for a seat. Well done, yogi. You've logged another practice. So happy that you're here. Love to hear from you in the comments. Stay in touch.